What if the pain you're feeling right now isn't punishment but preparation? What if the struggle you hate is actually proof that God loves you? Stay with me, because Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11 to 12 will completely change how you see discipline, failure, and personal growth. Most people run away from correction. Most people reject discipline. But God says something shocking in this verse. Discipline is not rejection. Discipline is love. Correction is care. Guidance is protection. When you understand this truth, your whole life becomes stronger, wiser, and more successful. Let's break this verse down. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11 to 12 says, "My son, do not reject the discipline of Jehovah, and do not loathe his reproof. For those whom Jehovah loves, he reproves, just as a father does a son in whom he delights." Here Solomon is giving a message straight from God's heart. 1. Do not reject the discipline of Jehovah. This means stop running from the lessons God is trying to teach you. Stop avoiding the hard things that will grow you. Stop assuming discipline is a negative thing. God's discipline always has a purpose, and his purpose is your growth. 2. Do not loathe his reproof. Reproof means correction. It means God exposes something in you that needs to change. For example, a bad habit, a toxic attitude, a destructive behavior, a prideful thought, a sinful pattern. God doesn't correct you to embarrass you. He corrects you because he wants you to win. 3. For those whom Jehovah loves, he reproves. This is the heart of the message. God corrects those he loves, not those he hates, not those he rejects, those he loves. If God never corrected you, that would be a sign of distance, not love. 4. Just as a father does a son in whom he delights. The verse compares God to a loving father. A good father corrects because he cares. A bad father ignores because he doesn't. God's discipline is a sign of how precious you are to him. Now, let's look at the practical examples on what does God's discipline look like today. Example 1. When God blocks a relationship. Maybe you prayed for someone. Maybe you wanted that relationship to work, but it fell apart. You think God was punishing you. No, he was protecting you. That's discipline. Example 2. When God exposes your weakness. Maybe you keep failing in the same area, like anger, impatience, dishonesty, laziness, lack of self-control. You feel frustrated. But God is showing you this because he wants you to grow stronger. Example 3. When God removes comfort. Sometimes he lets you feel uncomfortable so you can start a new habit, fix a bad routine, leave a destructive environment, elevate your standards. Growth never happens in comfort. Example 4. When God corrects through people. Maybe someone tells you, you can do better. You shouldn't talk that way. You need to change this. Instead of getting angry, listen. Often, that's God speaking through them. Example 5. When God warns you through consequences. You spend recklessly. You go broke. You ignore your health. You get sick. You avoid hard work. You fall behind. These aren't punishments. They're wake-up calls. They're lessons. They're invitations to grow. How to apply this verse in real life. Here are practical steps. 1. Stop taking correction personally. It's not about who you are. It's about who you're becoming. 2. Ask yourself, what is God teaching me through this? Every challenge carries a lesson. 3. Embrace difficult feedback. Growth happens the moment pride goes down and teachability goes up. 4. Look at discipline as direction, not destruction. God never disciplines to break you. He disciplines to build you. 5. When something doesn't work out, pray. God, guide me. Let Him redirect you. 6. Stay humble. Pride blocks wisdom. Humility attracts it. 7. Change quickly when God reveals something. Delayed obedience always leads to deeper pain. Now let's look at the benefits of what happens when you live this verse. 1. You grow faster than others. People who resist discipline keep repeating the same mistakes. Year after year, they face the same failures, the same frustrations, the same painful cycles. But when you accept God's correction, you learn faster. You adjust sooner. You avoid repeating old habits. You break toxic cycles early. Growth becomes exponential because you're not stuck in the same behavioral patterns. One small correction today saves you from 10 problems tomorrow. Every time God teaches you something, you level up. Every time He redirects you, you rise higher. That's why teachable people grow faster than talented people. 2. You avoid unnecessary pain. God's discipline is not punishment. It is protection. Many painful consequences in life are avoidable. Bad relationships, bad financial decisions, bad habits, bad attitudes. When God corrects you, He is shielding you from the damage those choices would create. Correction today prevents destruction tomorrow. A person who ignores God's warnings walks straight into trouble. But a person who listens avoids storms before they even form. Discipline is God saying, I want better for you than what you're choosing. 3. You become wiser and more stable. Every correction adds a layer of wisdom. Every reproof strengthens your foundation. Your decisions get sharper. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your emotional reactions become calmer. Suddenly you stop being controlled by impulses, moods, or fear. You start acting with maturity, patience, and spiritual insight. A teachable heart creates a stable life. 4. Your character becomes strong. Discipline is the gym where character is built. Muscles grow through pressure. Character grows through correction. God's discipline humbles you, prioritizes what matters, removes pride, builds self-control, strengthens your values. This is the kind of character that cannot be shaken by temptation, pressure, or people's opinions. Strong character creates a strong future. 5. God can trust you with bigger blessings. God doesn't give power, influence, relationships, or success to someone who refuses correction. Why? Because success without discipline destroys people. But when God sees you respond to His correction with humility, when He sees that you don't run from responsibility, when He sees that you allow Him to shape you, He knows He can trust you with more. A teachable heart is a heart God can promote. 6. You walk with confidence. When you follow God's correction, you don't walk alone, you walk guided. You don't guess your way through life. You don't rely on your limited understanding. You don't fear every decision. You walk with confidence because you know God is leading you. God is protecting you. God is shaping you. God is preparing you. Discipline becomes your direction. Direction becomes your strength. Strength becomes your confidence. I want you to know that discipline doesn't feel good in the moment. Correction doesn't feel comfortable. But God is not trying to hurt you. He is trying to heal you. His discipline is love. His correction is protection. His guidance is preparation. So the next time you feel challenged, stretched, or corrected, don't run. Don't hide. Don't complain. Lean in. Listen. Grow. Because God only disciplines those He delights in. And that means you are loved, seen, and valued more than you know. If this message touched you, like this video. Comment, I choose God's guidance. Share this with someone who needs this encouragement today. Subscribe for more wisdom that strengthens your life, faith, and purpose.